you want to touch, do it now.
Touch of gloves as referee Mark Goddard gives the final instructions. Morgan Charrier in the black, Perry Goodwin in the white and black. 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors featherweight division for the big gold belt. Perry Goodwin shadow boxing throughout the introductions there. He's not stopped shadow boxing all day. A real ball of pent-up energy as the Predator today. Just keen to get in the cage, get the job done and take that title back to the north of England with it.
Yeah, Perry definitely looking the bigger of the two. Not sure if that will play into it after 5 rounds, potentially 5 rounds. You never know, holding a bit more muscle mass could affect him.
He's done an incredible job to get back in shape. You know, he told us today what a struggle this year's been for him, and when gyms were closed in the UK, he really fell out of his routine and ate a lot, drank a lot, and ended up close to 90 kilos at one point this year. So to get back into fighting shape to take on Morgan Charrier is certainly an achievement. Charrier looking for the fizzing right hand there. Goodwin throwing back. 10 moments in the early offing, and that we've seen both of these guys throw with incredible power. Think back to the time Goodwin stopped Alexander Jakobsen dead with that counter shot. You know, we've seen him in against big guys, and you know he can still crack against the big fellas too. Didn't look underpowered at higher weight divisions, and he does bring that power down with into featherweight.
Charrier really hacking away at that lead left leg early on.
Cage Warriors President Graham Boylan talked about the movement of Goodwin. He does zip around the cage, so perhaps the game plan for Charrier to take the wheels out from under his opponent early.
Nasty leg kick there. Charrier's movement very, very fluid, very fast, able to get within range, strike, and then get well without outside of range for any counter.
The corner of Goodwin calling for the man to touch Charrier's hands before he throws that initial shot, just to judge his distance there, perhaps. Tense moments here in the early offing in York Hall. Lead left hook from Goodwin, just a couple of inches too short. Oh, both men landing there. Charrier looked to stagger his opponent briefly, I think, down. Goodwin made a stern stop, though. But those lead leg kicks starting to take effect. Charrier looking to unbalance his man with the lead leg kick and then follow up with the hooks behind it. Here's the encouragement from the corner of Perry Goodwin as he gets those feints and fakes to work. But Charrier with the lead leg kick again. Nice tip to the body there from Morgan Charrier. The left hook from Goodwin lands. Dances back out of range. Charrier with the counter that time. Big right hand from Charrier there. And he's marked Goodwin up on the left side of the face down. You see the swelling on the left cheek of Perry Goodwin there from those early shots from Morgan Charrier.
That's it, Perry. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep busy. That's Perry. Keep busy, Perry.
Charrier was, as we know, a huge star in his home country of France, a big personality on YouTube. social media influencer, has a massive fan base behind him. If you want to find out how big Morgan Charrier's fan base is, just tweet anything in support of one of his opponents and the army will soon be on you. Or the Navy, should I say, in support of the last pirate. Round one in the books, and yeah, that one went quickly down, plenty of action. Let's look at some of the kicks early on here from Morgan Charrier. Beautiful stuff in combination there, attacking both sides of the leg. Nice set of hooks there from Morgan Charrier, and down, as we say, Terry Goodwin wearing a little bit of damage now.
Yeah, towards the end of that round there, Charrier definitely managing to find his range, finishing that round pretty damn strong.
Goodwin looking happy with his performance, despite that welt. Round 2 of 5 for the Cage Warriors featherweight title if they need them. Morgan Charrier, Terry Goodwin here in York Hall in England. The iconic venue, played host to so many great boxing matches and now MMA over the years, and that's an unfortunate low blow there on the part of Morgan Charrier, and that seemed to be a pretty solid one down.
Yeah, that literally silenced the whole building.
Let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, straight across the front of the cup, and you know, Charrier looking to kick the inside of the leg there, but just went up a little bit too high. Referee Mark Goddard there just telling Terry Goodwin to take his time. A few deep breaths there from Goodwin. Always good to make the old count.
I was waiting to see when that camera angle would change there. How much we want to watch a man shake his groin.
Charrier just taking a moment here, nonplussed. Going to keep his head in the game. Goodwin gives him the nod and offers the hand, clearly happy that there was no bad intentions behind that one.
It's actually quite good to see a guy take a bit more of a rest. So often you see these fighters want to get straight back in and end up continuing to fight with still a little bit of an injury there. Or
a lot of feints and fakes from Goodwin here. He was teasing the sliding back elbow there. Nice inside leg kick from Goodwin now. Throws that big heater of a left hand. Charrier looking for an opening to shoot back.
You see the power from the strikes by Goodwin, but not being able to land any.
Yeah, there's a real whistle on the hooks from Goodwin when he doesn't land. Can't imagine what the crack when he does will sound like.
So far, the distance and movement of Charrier just... I'm not sure if he's been touched at all.
Goodwin's clearly trying to bait his man in here, and you know, when you talk about the guy with the power of Goodwin, it does only take one. Charrier more of a combination striker himself. Trying to chew up that lead leg of Goodwin once again. Oh, Goodwin landing a nice combination there. Charrier straight back on him though. Oh, Goodwin catches his man. Takes another one to the eye though. Oh, big kicks from Morgan Charrier. 3 in a row and a pair of huge hooks. Goodwin trips him down, but Charrier with a big slam right in front of us at the commentary position now. Goodwin looking for a guillotine here perhaps down.
Yeah, nice exchange there. Really nice takedown. A lot of power shown there by the Frenchman. Guillotine attempt, but not from a great position here in half guard. We see Charrier on top in half guard now. Be interesting to see whether he decides to try and pursue this on the ground or try and get back to the feet from here. It's actually a pretty strong position. He can take an over-under, lock his arms very, very tight. But it looks like he's not really moving at all. You know, that is a strategy. You don't want to try and escape and get back to the feet. You lock everything down and wait for the referee to stand him up for you.
Yeah, you heard referee Mark Goddard there asking Charrier to stay busy.
Yeah, Goodwin trying to work a little bit more from underneath here. Looks like he's going for a deep half guard position. Could possibly give him the opportunity to sweep from here, but Charrier keeping his hips backwards. He doesn't want to allow Goodwin to get underneath him. I want to see Charrier try and get past his legs though, see what he's like on the ground.
Nice elbow from Goodwin there.
Yeah, Goodwin.
That's forced Morgan Charrier to posture up a little bit.
Well, that's it. And also you can see the left leg of Goodwin. He's using at a knee shield, trying to keep that distance. And what he did there was he was using that shin to keep the distance, and then he released that shin, and that gave him that space to cut in and try and get to a deep half guard.
Charrier trying to clasp the hands for a choke here, Dan.
Yeah, what he wants to look to do is to, well, you can use that palm-to-palm connection around that arm and neck to try and get some upper body control and try and get out of that half-guard position. But Perry actually doing a really good job of transitioning to a good half-guard sweep position. Unfortunately, he let go of the half-guard, meaning that Charrier could transition. Now he's on the back here. If Charrier wants to get back to the feet, this is the position to do so. The only thing that is keeping these two people connected is Charrier deciding to hold on to the back. So you know, if he stays in this position, it's because he wants to be on the ground, because if he didn't want to be on the ground, he could stand up quite easily from here.
50 seconds.
50 seconds left in the round. Is it long enough for Morgan Charrier to do something big here? Can Goodwin survive?
There we go, one hook coming in here. Is he going to go for the back? Is he going to try and get that second hook in? Perry's in a pretty good position. His back is kind of on the fence there to stop Charrier from being able to circle around to the back. Charrier is going to a over-under here. 25 seconds left in this round. Probably not going to be enough time. He does manage to get that second hook in. He's deciding the strike from here, possibly to open up the neck. Only 30 seconds left. Nicely done by Perry to get to the feet and shrug Charrier off of that position.
Had to eat a few shots to get it though. Did Perry Goodwin. Good work from Morgan Charrier at the end of that round, and a nice shot from Goodwin to put an exclamation point on it.
Yeah, very nice round, some nice ground transitions there.
Yeah, much better round for the last Pirate there. Let's take a look at some of his handiwork. Well, it's Perry Goodwin kicking things off with a nice set of hooks in combination. Charrier constantly stalking him though, and look at the leg kicks here from Morgan Charrier. 3 hard kicks in a row. And then it was a right hand, left hook combination and a big takedown.
Yeah, that was actually really nice. You know, Perry managed to catch the leg. Charrier fell to his back. He could have tried to stand up, but it probably would have put him in a worse position, so he decided to go for the takedown. This is towards the end of the round here. He did manage to look pretty good on the ground, actually, eventually getting the back with the hooks. Probably was a good idea to try and strike from there, as he probably wouldn't have had enough time to go for the submission if he looked for it. So nice finish to the round there for the Frenchman.
The legion of fans behind the last Pirate will be happy with his performance in that second round. He's got 3 more between him and the Cage Warriors featherweight title. He's got 3 more rounds of Perry Goodwin between him and the Cage Warriors title. Goodwin has made his intentions clear all week. He's taking that belt home to Redcar. Goodwin has been happy to circle around the outside of the cage for the majority of the fight so far, Dan.
Yeah, Charrier definitely keeping Perry very close to the fence, keeping that pressure up the entire time.
Charrier still looking to strike on the counter here.
Yeah, his
Looking for that lead leg.
His ability to move out of range and then get within range to strike is super impressive. Look at that. That's what I'm saying. He closes the distance so quickly, and then by the time Perry has a chance to hit back, he's already gone.
Yeah, that was a big shot from Charrier, and he's cut Perry Goodwin above the left eye now, or just to the side of the left eye. Goodwin barreling forward though. ideal spot for that cut, and it's really leaking now. And Goodwin has had a fire lit inside him. Lands a nice right hand. Charrier firing back, great head movement to get out of the way of the return fire. And look for Charrier now to kick out that lead leg and land the right hand. Goodwin barreling forward. And that blood on the chest of Goodwin, like a red rag to a bull. Oh, Charrier with the body shot! And it's over! Unbelievable! Bonjour, Rodney! The Frenchman's done it! What a shot from Morgan Charrier! A left hook to the body. Puts Perry Goodwin away in the third round. I'm not sure I want to have another look at this body shot finish, but my goodness, we're going to. Oh, a rib roaster. Yeah, Morgan Charrier, the last pirate, with an incredible knockout. Let's take another look, Dan. I mean, they don't get much cleaner than that, right?
Well, that was it. You know, no follow-up shots were necessary. As soon as that landed, Goodwin dropped down, fetal position. It was game over. What a perfectly timed, perfectly placed body shot there.
I mean, I say they don't get much cleaner than that, but that was pure filth. Morgan Charrier, the real deal. Let's take a look at this in super slow-mo. Wow. And all credit to Perry Goodwin, one of the toughest guys you'll ever see compete in Cage Warriors, in European MMA, anywhere else. A real grinder, a real grafter, and a real showman. But unfortunately, came up short tonight against the last pirate, Morgan Charrier. Vive la France! They've got a new Cage Warriors champion. Here's our MC, Mr. Hal Chaplin, to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Mark Goddard, calls a stop to this contest after 1 minute and 55 seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner by way of knockout and the new Cage Warriors featherweight world champion in the red corner, Morgan, the last pirate, Charrier.
Well, Dan, the last pirate takes home his first world title, and he does so in style. What a performance from the Frenchman.